if it's an alien.
It probably is.
It's probably
My
an
guess
alien.
is I'm going alien. As a matter of fact, I was looking at that data I ingested into our computer, and so there is an estimate if it were to have made it down to Earth where it likely landed.
Where?
And it likely landed in Louisiana, but in one of the little lakes. So don't think we're going to be able to hunt it down. Let me take you to that graphic right now, because it ingested all the observation data, which actually range from even up toward Dallas and Atlanta. So a lot of folks across the South saw it. But as we zoom in a little bit more, that little pinpoint is where the estimates, again, if it were to have made it through the atmosphere, it would be right there. So some of our guys on boats, head out there, see if you can find a little tiny meteor, maybe some space junk. But it looks like that may be about where it landed. So actually just to the southeast of the city. On radar, we've had a few spotty showers, not much, but actually in the last couple of last few minutes or so, we've started to see a few pop-up showers, even across the metro area. They don't last for very long, maybe a brief little sprinkle. Actually, it just kind of adds to the humidity outside. We had a high today of around 95 degrees. Then we had some earlier showers, kind of a trace of rainfall reported at Kenner, and that helped to drop our temperature down to 90 degrees. We've started to rebound since, and again, a little sprinkle right near Kenner at the moment. 92 is our current temperature. Light winds out of the south-southeast at 6 miles an hour. In the lower mid 90s right now, with dew points in the mid upper 70s and even some low 80s, making it feel like the triple digits yet again. Another heat advisory still in effect until 8 o'clock tonight. We will see another heat advisory for tomorrow. At least today, tomorrow, we've got a few isolated showers in the forecast, and we're still under a pattern where these little disturbances are able to kind of rotate around the upper high. So at least there is a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Yes, I'm saying there is a chance. Most of it during the day tomorrow is probably going to stay more to our east yet again. Then as we head into Sunday, a better opportunity, as it does look like we've had some pretty good consistency in the models, that we will have this little disturbance roll on through. And depending upon the timing, that will determine our high temperature for the day on Sunday. But on Sunday, we will have a better opportunity for some showers and storms, and even the possibility of some downpours that could lead to mainly some localized street flooding. So that is at least a positive, with a better chance of rain on Sunday, because after that, the upper high starts building in. And it's not just isolated to the deep south. This is a look at all of the hot weather advisories, either heat advisories or excessive heat warnings have been issued. But look at the state of California. Almost the entirety of the state is under either a heat advisory or an excessive heat warning. As a matter of fact, looking at it, I don't know of any county other than maybe some of the coastal counties are excluded. Much of the state of Arizona, a good portion of Nevada. The reason for that, they are underneath a very strong upper high, which is going to stay there for the next couple of days through the weekend. Then as we head toward next week, the upper high, at least the center of it, will begin building over us. And as we've been talking, it is going to kind of connect with the Bermuda high, and you're going to have this upper high dominant across much of the nation. Look at how it starts building even over Montana and parts of, say, eastern Canada. So this is a hot ridge that is going to dominate for at least the next 7 days. Again, with our better chance of rain on Sunday, I knocked the temperature down, but as that high starts building in and our rain chances become slim to none, I think those afternoon temperatures will easily start getting into the mid to upper 90s. We have another named storm out in the Atlantic, not a big surprise. It is that area we've been watching as Invest 94. It is now subtropical storm Don. Subtropical because it does not have all the characteristics or the structure of a purely tropical system. In fact, you can see here's the center of circulation. All the thunderstorm activity is well removed. This is more of a hybrid type storm, and nothing has really changed in the thinking. This storm is going to remain out over the open Atlantic waters, never affecting land, where it'll eventually probably dissipate as we head toward next week. And the good news is that Saharan dust continues to come off of Africa, so across the main development region of the tropical basin, we're not likely to see any kind of real development going into next week. And even our forecast model, this is the Euro, kind of picking up on maybe any little circulations, any little rotations trying to develop. There is Don, even as we head well into next week. A couple of little waves coming off of Africa, but nothing really seems to get organized, and this is going into next Friday. So tropics look to stay quiet as we head toward more the middle of July. But again, the peak of the season isn't until September 10th. So we still have a long way to go. A drier day tomorrow, only a few isolated showers. I think a better chance of rain Sunday and into Monday, and then we start drying out and heating up, continuing through next week.